Hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about Country Candle Grape Soda. Full disclosure, this candle was sent to me in PR by Kringle Candle. I do want to thank them for sending this to me in consideration for a review. They never tell me what I need to say. In fact, I've given plenty of great reviews for Kringle. I've also given some reviews where I've said, they need to go back to the drawing board and work on this. So you guys know here on my channel, I always strive to give you guys my very honest burn experience and thoughts about each and every candle that I review, regardless of how they come into my collection. So this is part of the very last Country Candle launch. The news is out that Kringle does plan to eventually phase out the Country Candle lineup. However, for their spring and summer 2025 release, they did already have plans for Country Candle. And so that is what we have here in front of us today. This is grape soda. Now, this candle is one of their large jars. For this country release, these are the only jars that are available. I believe that this fragrance is also available in the daylights and wax melts. But if you were hoping to get your hands on a medium-sized country candle jar for this spring and summer collection, it's not going to happen for you guys. It's only going to be available in this large jar, which retails for $31, I believe. This is 100% soy wax, although it is a colored wax. In comparison to the Kringle lineup, it's always a 100% white soy wax. So the pour date of this specific candle is January 31st, 2025. We have fragrance notes here. Top notes of grape, orange, apple, fruity. Mid notes, grape, red fruits, berry, strawberry rose. Base notes, grape, orange flower, sweet, lactonic. All right, so that's an awful lot of fragrance notes thrown in there, but what was the one that you saw listed as a top, middle, and bottom note? Grape. This is definitely a grape fragrance. It leans a little bit more artificially sweet candied grape, in my opinion, although I will give it to Kringle in saying that this does not smell like cough syrup grape. It's not so artificial that that's what it reminds me of. This definitely reminds me of the candied sugary grape fragrance that I would get, say, in a grape soda scent. Now, that being said, you guys, I don't really drink a whole lot of soda, and if I do, it's more than likely not really going to be grape soda. Not really what I lean towards. But I will say that this is nicely done. Is it a fragrance that I would have gone out of my way to purchase? No, but I am going to tell you guys that I've actually been enjoying it more than I thought I would. And the reason why I am enjoying this is because it smells very much like a candied grape. It's very sweet. I'm not getting a ton of effervescence from this fragrance, although I do think that there's a little bit in there. And I think that that is probably coming from some of the citrus notes. Like they have an orange note listed in there. They say red fruits, berry. Maybe that's giving it a little bit more of a complexity or depth. So that way the grape note doesn't, again, turn too artificial and syrupy. But I'm going to just tell you guys, if you're looking at all of those fragrance notes and you're wondering what should I think of this, honestly, it just smells very authentic to what you're seeing pictured here and the title of this candle. It smells like grape soda, maybe lacking some of the fizziness. That's the only thing that I would say that it's kind of like grape soda that's been sitting out maybe for like 2 hours. You know, it hasn't quite gone completely flat, but it's not as like carbonated as when you initially pour it out of the bottle or out of the can. But overall, you guys, I will say that even though grape fragrances are not typically what I go for, I do think that Kringle does do grape scents very well. In fact, last year they had their was it their Merlot candle, which I know that was more of a wine scent, but that was like a very like deep, robust grape. This to me, I feel like this is a fragrance that would pair really nicely with their oh, what's the candle that they had last summer? It was in the Reserve line. Was it like the peanut butter and jam? Grilled PB&J. That's what it was. I feel like this fragrance would pair really nicely. If you liked that grilled PB&J, because there was that like savory peanut butter note in there, it went really nicely with that. The other candle that I know it's not a Kringle candle that this has been pairing nicely with, and I will do a dedicated review this week of this other candle that I've been pairing it with. I have actually been pairing this with Homeworks' jelly bean candle. So maybe if you have like a jelly bean type of fragrance in your collection, maybe you're burning that awful fragrance of Easter candy basket from Bath and Body Works this year. If you saw my review on that one, I was not a fan. It smelled kind of waxy and weird. But like maybe if you're trying to like get through your stash and redeem that one, I feel like this fragrance lends that like sweetness to the room that that one failed to bring. But this one, it does pair nicely with some of those like jelly bean type of fragrances. I don't think that it would go really well with Jelly Bean Jubilee, just because one, that fragrance had a little bit more of a licorice note to it to me, and I didn't really love that scent that much. But who knows, you guys? I mean, you could pair this with a couple of like, if you wanted to pair this with like say lemon sugar marshmallow again, if you wanted to go more of like a savory route with the grilled PB&J, I think that that is probably how this candle would probably like complement other ones in your collection. Because otherwise, I feel like grape fragrances, I think one of the reasons why people sometimes are hesitant. I know for me, I'm hesitant to purchase them is because they don't really go with a whole lot of other things in my collection. They take a little bit more thought for me to think like, oh, what else would this pair nicely with in my collection? Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of it. So you can see I've had this candle lit for almost 2 hours now. Nice deep wax pool. Good wicks on this, you guys. The wicks are not giving me any issues. They're nice and healthy, but they're not overly aggressive. They're not developing huge carbon balls. I think at the beginning of this candle, I did have to trim the wicks a little bit, but not badly. And again, now you can see that they're burning pretty healthy. Byproduct of the design of this vessel, it does catch a little bit of soot if you let these candles burn too long. I will say that I think the country candle lineup, you usually can't let them burn as long as the Kringle ones, because I do notice that they will start to soot just a little bit easier. And again, I think it's because of the vessel design. But overall, you guys, even then, like I'm not seeing any puffs of soot or anything coming up from this candle, and nor have I seen any, even when I've burned it for longer periods of time. Strength and throw on this candle, if you're wanting a decently sweet, strong candle, this is going to be a good bet. This one for me has been a solid 8 in terms of strength and throw. Definitely fills up the open concept, throws into my kitchen, my living room. If you're not familiar with my home, I do have that listed in the description box, but my living room has vaulted ceilings of about 20 feet there. My home was built in 2004. It's about a 21-year-old home. And yeah, it definitely fills it up in there. And then if I put this in one of the more closed concept bedrooms, it's very, very strong in there. So this is a candle that would be good for those of you who have an open concept. If it's in a closed concept, just know that it's probably going to be very, very strong. And the other thing that I have noticed about this fragrance is that it is one of those scents that lingers for quite some time after you extinguish the candle. So I feel like Country Candle is kind of going out with a bang, just based off of some of the country candles that I've already started burning from this collection. They're performing a lot better for me than they have in the past. That's just a little bit of a spoiler alert. So far they are. Now, again, I would say I'm about a third of the way through the wax on this one, not quite yet to the halfway point, but so far this candle is performing well for me. So if you are somebody who thinks that you would like a grape soda scent, then I will go ahead and give this candle 2 thumbs up for you. Personally, it's not going to be a repurchase for me. And even I'm going to be honest with you guys, once I'm finished with some of those like jelly bean fragrances, I could see myself going either way with this candle. Like if somebody walks into my home and just absolutely falls in love with this fragrance, I could see myself gifting it to them. But also I am enjoying it enough that I feel like if I can pair it with enough other fragrances that I have currently in my collection, I could see myself actually finishing it. So might go either way. Again, not going to be a repurchase, not something that I just absolutely love and go gaga over, but I do like it, and I'm surprised that I'm enjoying it more than I had anticipated liking it on Cold Sniff. This candle, like I said, is available at Kringle Candle. I do have a discount code with them. It is Katie15. It should save you 15% off of your full priced purchase. It is an affiliate code eligible for commission, so please only use that if you are comfortable doing so. But yeah, you guys, let me know in the comment box down below. I feel like this is one of the candles that not a lot of people are talking about because, again, great fragrances I don't feel like are as popular as, say, some of the more conceptual, like I don't know, green fragrances or the florals or the gourmands. I feel like this one has just kind of been a little bit like under the radar, which is why I wanted to go ahead and get a review out for it in case there are some people who are interested in this, but you're not really seeing a whole lot being said about it. So please hit thumbs up if you found this review helpful. It helps me out with the old YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new and you like candle reviews and hauls and dedicated reviews, yeah, like this. But I was going to say empties, all sorts of fun stuff going on my channel. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.